Welcome to Hollywood. In this video we are going to take a heartfelt look back at 12 beloved Hogan's Heroes actors who tragically passed away. 1. Bob Crane. Arguably the central figure of Hogan's Heroes, Bob Crane's life ended in a shocking and unresolved tragedy. He was found bludgeoned to death in his Scottsdale, Arizona apartment in June 1978 at just 49 years old. The circumstances of his murder, still officially unsolved despite a suspect being tried years later, cast a long, dark shadow over his legacy. Known for his charm and comedic timing as the clever pal leader, his violent death shocked fans and remains a persistent mystery in Hollywood true crime lore. 2. Robert Clary. Robert Clary's story was one of survival, resilience, and transformation. A Holocaust survivor brought to international fame for his warm portrayal of LeBeau, Clary carried the weight of his past throughout his life. He outlived many of his peers but passed away in November 2022 at age 96 of natural causes. His death marked the loss of one of the last major ties to the original ensemble, and his life, escaping Nazi persecution only to later play in a sitcom set in a POW camp, was layered with poignancy. He spent his later years educating others about the Holocaust while still embracing the joy and humanity he brought to audiences. 3. Werner Clemper. Werner Clemper, who earned critical acclaim, including 2 Emmy Awards, for portraying the bumbling yet authoritative Colonel Klink, died in December 2000 at age 80 after a battle with cancer. An émigré himself, escaping the rise of Nazism, his portrayal carried a subversive edge. He insisted that Klink never be shown as competent or victorious. His death marked the end of an era of one of the show's most complex comedic figures, whose career spanned stage, screen, and music narration. 4. John Banner. John Banner became iconic. Banner himself had fled Nazi-occupied Europe in his youth, yet later played a perpetually ignorant German sergeant in a comedy about subverting Nazis. He died on his 63rd birthday, January 28, 1973, from a burst abdominal aortic aneurysm, abdominal hemorrhage, while visiting friends in Vienna. His death was sudden, and coming relatively soon after the show ended. It underscored the bittersweet irony of his life's arc, from European refugee to beloved American television figure. 5. Leon Ascin. Leon Ascin portrayed the perpetually suspicious and pompous General Burkhalter, a recurring foil whose threats and bluster delivered many comic moments. Ascin, an Austrian who survived turbulent European history himself, lived to 97 but passed away in June 2005 of natural causes. Though his death came at an advanced age, the industry and fans felt the loss of a character actor whose gravitas and timing added a necessary foil to the Hogan crew's antics. 6. Larry Hovis. Larry Hovis, who played the earnest and dependable Sergeant Carter, continued in entertainment behind the scenes after the series, including work in production. He died in 2003 at age 67. Reports indicate complications related to surgery, including a postoperative infection. His passing was mourned by fans who remembered him as the everyman heart of Hogan's operations, a steady presence whose early death felt premature. 7. Howard Kaine. Howard Kaine played the menacing yet often outwitted Gestapo officer Major Hochstetter. He died of a heart attack on December 28, 1993. Just shy of his 68th birthday. A versatile character actor, Kaine's recurring villainy on Hogan's Heroes was tempered by real-life gentleness and deep artistic background, including folk music, making the contrast between his roles and personhood particularly affecting. 8. Sigrid Valdis. Sigrid Valdis, who portrayed Hilda, the station secretary and later love interest to Hogan, and eventually his real-life spouse for a time, passed away in 2007 at age 72 from liver cancer. Her character was a warming human touch amidst the camp's subterfuge, and her off-screen relationship with Bob Crane added an additional layer of complexity to the show's lore. Her death was felt by fans who remembered her blend of charm and subtle strength. 9. Cynthia Lynn. Cynthia Lynn appeared in the first season as Helga, Colonel Klink's scheming secretary. She left the show early but remained part of its legacy. Lynn died in 2014 at age 76. While she wasn't a long-term regular, her departure and eventual passing have been noted among fans who remember the early season's tone and shifting cast dynamics. 10. Ivan Dixon. Ivan Dixon, who played the capable radio operator Sergeant Kinchlow, left a lasting mark both in front of and behind the camera, later becoming a director in television. He died in 2008 at age 76. His death was a loss of a trailblazing black actor in a period when representation was limited, and his nuanced portrayal on Hogan's Heroes balanced authority and warmth. 11. Kenneth Washington. Kenneth Washington joined Hogan's Heroes in its final season, stepping in after Ivan Dixon's departure, and became one of the few black regulars on a primetime sitcom in that era. In July 2025, Washington passed away, reported at age 88, making him one of the most recent losses in the Hogan's Heroes extended family and, until then, the last surviving main cast member after Robert Clary's passing. His contributions, both on-screen and later in academia, cemented a legacy of quiet but meaningful impact. These 12 actors gave us laughter, clever subversion, and unforgettable characters in a show that turned wartime tropes on their head. Some left us in sudden tragedy, others after long, storied lives, but each of them is still remembered by fans around the world for making Hogan's Heroes more than just a sitcom. If one of these stories moved you, drop a comment below, hit like if you learned something new, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into Hollywood's history. Thanks for watching.